What's going on, my Savage Sorcerers? My name is David, and in this video I'm going to be opening up a arena box, 45 packs, of Ravnica Legions. I went through my collection and realized I didn't have the Haunt of Hightower in there, which doesn't really need to be in anyone's collection, but that just told me I hadn't actually gone through with opening up an entire box, and the cards that I had I either bought, singly or got through packs from either daily quests and different limited events going on, and just to basically collect enough commons where I don't have to use wild cards to buy commons and uncommons, hopefully, and pick up maybe some of the rares. I really want the lands, and there's a few mythics that seem really good, but also getting some more wild cards just so that I can buy specifically what I want. I think that might be changing with the update, but we'll see. Yeah, so let's get into it. I'm just going to open up these 45 packs and talk a little bit about the cards, kind of what do I think about them. Pack number one. Let's see. Alright, I don't know if it's worth talking about uncommons and commons too much. Deputy Detention seems alright. I mean, these are kind of my colors. I don't know where I would play them, just because I don't like creatures. I like control, and unless you play a ton of creatures, yours tend to get countered pretty easy, so we'll see what happens with that guy. Nice. I do like wild cards, even though I don't want to have to use these. Having them is awesome. Mass manipulation. Even though I'm a control player, gain control of target creatures, planeswalkers. This feels like a really hard card to use. I don't know if I'll put it in a deck, but we'll see. But I did not buy any, and I will not buy any of the Ixalan sets. So having these to fill out the cards that I need from there while they're still in standard is good. Nice, we unlocked another rare wild card. Electrodominance deals X damage to any target. You may cast a card with converted mana cost of X or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. Yeah. It's a neat kind of idea. I don't think that fits into any burn deck. You might as well just cast a bunch of 1 to 2 to 3 mana cost, 3 damage spells, and your opponent will die eventually. Otherwise, I just go with Banefire. Unbreakable Formation. I mean, maybe a one of in certain decks, but not a great card. Let's see. Blood Crypt, perfect. I mean, this is exactly what I'm looking for. I just built a Esper control, and I burnt so many rare wild cards just on getting the lands for the deck. It was ridiculous. So if I could pick up just lands from this entire box, I'd be happy, and some wild cards to go along with it. Got the uncommon one unlocked there. Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, draw a card. I don't want mana of any color. It's too expensive to cast. It doesn't fit anywhere, I don't think. Open the Gates. That's a common that I might actually play. Pretty sure I drafted 3 of these at least. Okay. Well, Verity Circle? I didn't get a chance to read that. Must have double clicked on accident. Another wild card. I like it. Bedeck and Bedazzle. Target +3, -3 until end of turn. So it's kind of a pump and a removal. Destroy target non-basic land. Yeah, that's hard to fit in any deck. Maybe sideboard. No, I'm stretching it too far. Unlocked another rare. Maybe we'll get close to the next mythic. Hero of Precinct 1. Dude, is this straight out of the Hunger Games? Precinct 1? I'm pretty sure we hated that precinct, so I don't like this card already. Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, create a 1/1 or white human creature token. Alright. Alright. Actual card seems decent, but screw that name. More wild cards. Awaken the Erstwhile. Each player discards all the cards in their hand, then creates that many 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. Where do you play this? A 1-of against like a mono red stall until you have 7 cards in your hand, or well, I guess you draw, and then maybe Chemister's Insight and fill your hand up. Alright, stretching it. Don't know where that's useful yet, if it is. Yeah, this is actually one of the cards I was looking for. I like the possibilities of Afterlife with Orzhov, or I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's not colors I usually play, so not something I think about, but yeah, like that card. It was definitely one that I was hoping I would get if I did this pack/box opening. Nice. This is 100% the #1 reason. Just build up these mythic rares so I can build exactly the deck I want. Mortify, nice. I don't think I bought 4 of those already. Maybe only 3. Nice. Got the rare mythic card. I'll take it. Guardian Project. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it doesn't have the same name as another creature you control, or creature in your graveyard, draw a card. Maybe that's limited? Like, I don't see any constructed deck building around that. That's kind of odd. Alright, gonna get our next rare wild card there. Now we're working on the mythic. Perfect. Wonder if we can get to the second one. This is an interesting card. My roommate and I talk about this a little bit. As it going into, like, you know, the Bant Turbo Fog deck. I don't know how it fits in there. I mean, it can help turbo it up a little bit, but it's hard getting around other cards that just like cycle your deck faster. Because all this doesn't do anything. Like if it drew you a card when you played it, maybe, but it's hard for me to find it or make it fit in there. Immolation Shaman. Whenever an opponent activates an ability of an artifact, creature, or land that isn't a mana ability, Immolation Shaman deals 1 damage to that player. And then he can also pump himself and make him a relevant creature. Interesting. More wild cards, I like it. See, I think with the update, this is going to change, right? Instead of getting wild cards if it's already something you have 4 of, you're just it's gonna default to re-rolling something that you don't have 4 of, and then after you have 4 of everything, you're just gonna get gems, at least for the rares, and then I think gold for these. Like, that's kind of why I'm doing this. I don't think that's a good change for the game, or at least for people who open packs this way. Zagana Utopian Speaker. When Zagana Utopian Speaker enters the battlefield, if you control another creature with a +1/+1 counter on it, draw a card. Adapt for each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter has a travel. I mean, if Merfolk becomes a thing, that's a good legendary creature to have like 2 or 3 of, probably. Silver unlocked. We're halfway to there. This is kind of irritating about these packs. I don't think physical boxes of cards get duplicates so often, but it is what it is. We get more packs for less money, so we just don't have any trading value. I don't know if that's a good trade-off. Rick's Mighty Reveler. Spectacle is much bigger. When Rex when Rick's Maudie Reveler enters the battlefield, discard a card, then draw a card. If spectacle cost was paid, then instead discard your hand and then draw 3 cards. I don't see a Rakdos deck playing this. I feel like you give up control for an aggro build, and you might as well just go mono red, right? We'll see. Electro Dominance, that's the second one in 20 packs. Rip. Nice. There's another duplicate, but at least we got our Mythic Wildcard. I'll take that. Breeding Pool, perfect. It's especially one of the ones I was looking for, because I think I can put it into my Turbo Fog deck. We'll see. I think I only had 1 copy before that, so that's very nice. It's like the 3rd pack in a row, or like 3 out of 5 that I've seen the Sphinx. I saw 2 on this side recently. Rip. Awesome. I love it. What are we at? You can't hover here? What about before I open the packs? Okay, up to 17 mythics and 19 rares. Got the uncommon. Smothering Tithe. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player may pay. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2 mana. If the player doesn't, you create a colorless treasure token. I mean, I guess that has some potential. Seems too slow, like turn 4. Although every draw phase, plus if they're playing control, maybe it's a sideboard for a certain deck in a certain matchup. I don't know. Pitiless Pontiff. I just recently watched a video. What is it called? Aristocrats, where this card can just do a ton of work. That's neat. Ethereal Absolution. Creatures you control get 6 mana cost. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Your opponent's creatures get -1/-1. Exile target card from an opponent's graveyard. If it's a creature card, you create a spirit. It's really slow. I mean, where would you play that? I don't know if you would play the Norzov, like Esper control. After you've taken over the game, you just sit back and create tokens and anything that they come bring into play. I don't know. That's stretching it. I feel like you have to stretch a lot of cards in the set, but then there's some that are super good. Is that the 3rd one? Get the heck out of here. Another rare wild card. Priest of Forgotten Gods. Tap. Sacrifice 2 other creatures. Any number of target players each lose 2 life and sacrifice a creature. You add 2 black mana and draw a card. Commander, I guess. Probably hold on to that, maybe, if you have any. I think it'll find a place there somewhere. Tap target creature. Okay. Create 2 1/1 Thopters. Then you gain 1 life. I mean, I could see that fitting into maybe a Tezzeret Karn deck or something. Definitely in. You gain 1 life for each creature you control. Good limited card. Awaken the Erstwhile again. Come on, man. I already stretched you 1 time. Guardian Project. Wait, again? Excuse me. So many duplicates. Is there only, like 20 something cards in the set? And raise 4 runners. 8 mana cost, 7/7 vigilance, trample, haste. When Endray's Forerunners enters the battlefield, other creatures you control get +2/+2, and gain Vigilance and Trample until end of turn. I'm sure there's some sort of combo you can get that out pretty fast, but I feel like there's way better cards available. Angel of Grace. We did it, boys. This is definitely one of the cards I wanted. I'm super excited about that. This is a creature that could potentially make it into my Turbo Fog deck. I'm currently running a one of the angels. Her name escapes me. Dawn Lyrabringer. Which she has a 5 toughness, and I think that's a lot better. But even it, see, the problem is Lava Coil, which is the most popular card played in Magic right now, I think. So that's her only downside, but that's a really good pickup. I like that. So we've got a few really good pickups, I think. A couple lands, that Angel. Pestilent Spirit, Menace Death Touch, instant sorceries you control have Death Touch. Really good Spirit. I don't know if a Spirit deck can be built yet, but this would definitely go in it. Next pack. There's another one of those Sphinxes. Why aren't these? Is that my 4th one now? And then I'll start getting wild cards. Lavinia Azorius Renegade. A white and a blue 2/2. Decent. Each opponent can cast non-creature spells with converted mana cost greater than the number of lands that player controls. Oh. The anti-ramp. Wait for an opponent. Cast a spell if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. Yeah. Seems okay, but probably not playable. Gotta see how the meta breaks out. Yes! Kaya's Wrath. I definitely need these. That's my first one, and I will probably end up spending wild cards to get the rest. Nice pickup. So we're like 4 or 5 nice pickups, plus 2 mythic rares, mythic rare wild cards. All right, here's the one I clicked past too fast last time. Verity Circle. Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes tapped, if it isn't, oh, yeah. Not really playable. I think this works in standard, or not standard, in limited, just as a card draw mechanic, because when you get to a stalemate, you know, maybe you can cycle through your deck to get to something that might win, or you just deck yourself, but might work there. 10 packs to go. And we have some wild cards coming out. A Warden Warden. Yeah, very good card. This has value in can have value in decks that play blue-white. You've got the early tempo with Warrant, and then late game, if you can protect it, you've got a 4/4 flyer with Vigilance. And if you control the map, I think it works really well in Esper. If you can, you know, control the board, not the map. If you control the board, you know, they don't have anything out at all, and you can protect this thing. It's pretty much a win condition. I mean, you're basically summoning a Sarah Angel as a sorcery. Which back in the days when I played Stasis and Winter Orb and all that stuff, Sarah Angel was bomb. She was your kill condition in so many control decks. So I have a great appreciation for that card. Alright. Getting down to the last of it. Another Smothering Tithe. Okay. Duplicates are repeating themselves again. This might not end very well. Ooh, Mythic Rakdos the Showstopper. It just doesn't seem like a Magic card name. Maybe Shadow Stomper or something, but Showstopper? Like, you know, I live in Vegas. Fits here, but when Rakdos the Showstopper enters the battlefield, flip a coin. For each creature that isn't a demon, devil, or imp, destroy each creature whose coin flip comes up tails. Like, do we have to bring coins to our games now if we play this card? That's kind of what, I don't know. I feel like that's a throwback to some older cards where, I mean, even like Chaos Orb, you throw it up in there and wherever it lands, destroy all those cards. But anything with coin flips rather than dice or game mechanics, it doesn't feel like it fits Magic anymore. I don't think it fit Magic even back then. But it's a mythic either way. Alright, we got another rare one. 6. Alright, we'll get at least one more rare wild card. Another breeding pool. Perfect. My colors. I would like to get some of the other colored lands, and that's a duplicate that I will take every day until I have 4. Oh, who can turn down a Planeswalker? Domri Chaos Bringer. +1, add a red or green. If the mana is spent on a creature spell, it gains right. That's pretty awesome. A 4 mana cost. Planeswalker's pretty good. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal up to 2 creature cards from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom anywhere. And that's decent. You gotta play heavy creature deck. But if you're playing a 4 mana red-green Planeswalker, you probably are to begin with. And even then, your other cards might end up either... There's a red-green enchantment that protects them, so other spells to, like search the top or ramp your deck. But even if you grab nothing, if you grab no creatures, you put the other 4 on the bottom and you just keep going. So pretty decent. It's not my style of play, but I will always take a Planeswalker from a pack. If I don't have to buy it outright with my wild cards, I'll take it. Another mythic. I mean, we're doing pretty good on mythics, but this one, I don't think it's playable. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, then draws 7 cards. Exile emergency powers. If you cast this spell during your main phase, you may put a permanent card with a converted mana cost of 7 or less from your hand onto the battlefield. I don't know. I mean, say the board's empty and you emergency powers, and then just throw down a Teferi and control the game. I still don't see that being relevant. Rampage of the Clans. Destroy all artifacts and enchantments. For each permanent destroyed this way, its controller creates a 3/3 green creature token. So this could go into a green-white tokens deck, but instead of using March of the Multitudes, just use that white spell Tithe and create a ton of the artifacts you can sacrifice for mana, something like that. And then just stall out the game with Cleansing Novas and settle the wreckage. Alright, trying to get too creative. Getting to the end here, 2 more packs. Pestilent Spirit again. Don't know where that's played. That's the 3rd one, plus the one we got from opening packs. That's awesome. Where are we at now? 18. Awesome. Another rare. Oh man, we're on to the next one. I might have to another Lavinia. Alright, 6 more packs and we will get to the next mythic rare. I feel like I have to go for it. And we'll just do, it's 1200 gems. Leave this open if we want to do another 45. But then it cuts into, who cares? Let's just get that next one. We'll do 6 more packs. Let's get some more lands, please. Alright. I mean, that buys me any land I want. I'll take that any day. Let's go. Alright, that's a rip. So we're 1 for 2 on the extended pack opening. Gruul Spellbreaker. Right. 3 mana cost, 3/3, right, trample. As long as it's your turn, you and Gruul have. Oh yeah, I mean this is... I think this can see standard play, depending on how you build your deck, and it's definitely a great limited card. 3 mana for a 4/4 trample with an extra ability. Come on now. Biomancer's Familiar. You know what I really want is that the 1 blue, 1 green XX or X. Why can't I think of the name of it? Alright, well I'll say we're 1.5 for 4. Kaya Orzhov Usurper. I don't remember what deck I was playing, but I played an Orzhov deck, and this card killed me because I just didn't have an answer, and I don't even remember what I was playing. And I don't think it's a great card, but if you get it out on turn 3 and your opponent is at any disadvantage, yeah, I mean, just kept exiling all the cards from my graveyard. Exiled the cards from their graveyard to gain life. I don't even remember what happened. It was a great situation for them and a terrible situation for me. So we're 2.5 out of 5. This is the last pack. We get a last mythic. Nice. There it goes. Captive Audience. 7 mana cost is never great. It's a mythic though. Captive Audience enters the battlefield under the control of an opponent of your choice. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Your life total becomes 4. Discard your hand. Each opponent creates 5 2/2 black zombie tokens. I mean, it's a fun alternate win condition, I suppose. But not great. How's that mythic? Whatever. Maybe I'm missing out on it. But that's the video. Here's the decks I've been playing. Turbo Fog mostly. The red is for a Banefire. The black is because I have Surveils in there. An Esper control deck, which feels a little too heavy on the creature removal and not good enough on the control part of it, so work on that. And then a couple, I think this Is It version Jow, maybe been from MTG Goldfish. But I tried his out, and then this is the one I've been working on. But this is my kind of play style. Usually I don't play creatures, but I like Is It. I like Raw. He's probably my favorite planeswalker, even though I will run tons of decks that have Teferi in them just because I like control. But that's what you can look forward to as we go forward into the future. I'm just trying to build up my collection so that I have access to more decks. But if you enjoyed the video, please definitely like and subscribe. I'm going to be putting out more videos quicker as time goes on, as I build up my collection and start working on more versions of decks other than control, because I think a lot of people don't like it, especially when I just sit there and make you draw cards and not do anything until you decide to give up. So I've tried to put some alternate kill conditions in this deck, like Banefire. I guess I took out. I've tried running a creature or two. I don't know, a few things. Right now I really don't have a kill condition other than Banefire and Teferi stalling you out, so just get to 21 lands and blow you up as long as you didn't gain life. But I like the control part, so I'm trying to get that under control, like perfect the control side of this, get it consistent, and then throw in some singular win conditions, like Lyra Dawnbringer was in here for a moment, but we'll see. That's kind of my play style, so if you enjoy that, definitely like and subscribe. We'll see some of that content. I'll start making videos of play with these specific decks. I just have recently got back into Magic, and and haven't done a lot of playtesting yet. I definitely spend my own fair share of time on YouTube watching other streamers, and it's kind of giving me ideas. So we'll go from there. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and take care.